Today I'm going to show you how we've been making these baskets to help protect our plants in ground from moles and voles. You'll notice that this is a 1-inch galvanized mesh. Some sites have recommended a 1/2-inch mesh, but for one we weren't able to find it, and for two, some of our plants have some pretty thick, vigorous tubers or roots, and we were thinking a 1/2-inch would restrict them. This isn't designed to restrict the plant, but restrict the moles and voles from coming up underneath or coming through and disrupting the plants or eating them. So what I do is, this is the plant we're going to be putting in the ground. So I'm going to make a form around the plant that almost fits to it. Now I've pre-cut this so you don't have to watch me. But if you notice, this almost perfectly fits the pot. So, what I do is I take my linesman's pliers or dikes, turn it around here so you can see it a bit better, and making a bar here, a strand that I can tie over. Now this is quite tall and I don't need it to be that way, but what I will do is, once I break this apart, is cut this right down the middle and get 2 of these cages. So I'm going to move the plant aside, and I'm going to lay this out using my weight to stretch it out a little bit. And I know this is 24 across, so I'm going to count up 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, I just start in the middle, and you notice on this cut, I'm cutting right in the middle. This is going to give me a little tab on either side, and I'm going to put that face down in the ground where I won't cut myself, but maybe a mole or a vole passing underneath will scratch itself and get tetanus. Highly unlikely, but one can always hope. You'll notice I am using both cloth and leather glove because I can bend with the leather glove, and the cloth glove allows me to use my tools a bit better. The reason we're doing this is we've tried almost every concoction to try to get rid of these things. I can't set a trap to save my soul. We've used poisons. We've used smoke. We've used the castor oil in all its permutations. And the only thing we do is waste money. At least this way, we've already noticed an effect. We can see the moles, when they reach these, stop immediately and move around, which means the plants are protected, which is what the whole purpose of this is. So this is almost done. We'll break this apart. And there we have it. 2 simple forms. So, what we do is you just hold it like this. And you could use zip ties if you're having problems keeping it together, but these tabs that I've got, I'll now bend out and hook around, just like this. So I'm bending that. Now I'm going to do this in a couple different places. That's why you use leather, so you don't get your hands caught up. And just bend that over, like that, and continue to bend. And I'll finish this off with a pair of needle nose. And I'm doing it in the top, bottom, and middle, and then I'll do a couple more of these every other one. Cut off the excess ones. Now you can do every single one, but that's sort of time consuming. And this can be a little bit hard on the hands. And there we go. So those are all bent over, just like that. And I'm going to take a pair of needle-nosed pliers, pinch right there, and bend and twist. Pinch it, bend and twist again. So that's made a nice tight crimp that doesn't poke out, so you're not going to catch your hands if you go planing. I've now bent these around, and I've bent up the ones I'm going to cut off. So I'll go ahead and do that with a pair of wire snips. Now, we haven't put bottoms on these because these are 12 to 13 inches deep. And most moles and voles are going to feed in the first 6 inches. They will have homes deeper than that, but they typically don't burrow a home where they're feeding. Now there is something called a pocket gopher that's found in the Midwest and upper Midwest. Apparently they can be quite destructive, burrowing feet down and around. We don't have that problem, knock on wood. But if you did, what you could do is create something like this where you've got a bottom on it. Now this is a bottom and top that I've created. This is going to be for bulbs. But this is a fixed bottom, same idea. I've just taken a flat portion and hooked it in. And you've still got the bottom hooks. And then because these are going to be for bulbs, and we know that voles really like those, we've created a top, which for normal plants we don't have to do. But I'll show you how I get these in the ground, and hopefully, if you're ambitious enough to do this, it'll help you with your mole and vole problems. So, now that we've got our basket, what I'll do is make a rough outline how big I need to make my hole, since I know this fits around my plant. So we'll dig our hole just a little bit outside the line we made. This is going to have to be deep. I've outlined my hole. I'll dig it out. Put the excess in the handy dandy shrub. And this will need to be pretty deep, deeper than the plant actually needs to go, but deep enough that this will fit down almost all the way. We'll leave a 1, maybe 2 inch top on it. And that will continue to cover the plant once we get mulch on this. As you can see, we've used newspaper and sand over the summer to do a weed suppression. We'll see how this fits. Fits pretty nicely. That'll leave about an inch. A little bit less on the upslope side. That'll do. So, need to get some more in the bottom. Throw that back in. And poking down into it so it'll fill into the sides. I watered this morning, so that's just about right. I'll just fill in, starting at the outside. Get jammed in there. It'll also help fill in this interior side. Just continue to do this. Level to this ground, there is some sticking out, but that'll allow for some mulch and prevent the moles from coming up and over. They would tend to be restricted in here anyway and would be less inclined to. And then water it in. So, hopefully, this showed you how to do this well enough. If you do have some questions, you can always ask. You must be obeyed. But I hope you found this informative, and thank you.